Hi everyone, you're on the In Google Sheets channel, and today I'm going to tell you about the top 3 add-ons or extensions for Google Sheets that I personally use. First, I'll show you how they get installed in general, and then I'll go through each one in turn. So, let's get started. The first thing I'll show you is how an extension is installed. We go here, choose Get Add-ons, and type in what we're looking for, or pick some extension from the suggestions here. This place is called Google Workspace Marketplace. For example, let's pick this one. Here we read what it is, what it does, and we look through the reviews. Definitely check them to make sure they aren't bad. And then we can also see what it does. Let's install it and click Continue. You always need to grant each extension access in this way. If you trust it, then in most cases this is just a normal standard procedure. It gets installed and shows you where it appears. After that, you can find it right here, but since this one wasn't specifically for Google Sheets, it isn't shown here. Let's go into Manager Donuts and remove it because we don't actually need it. Our goal was simply to see how all of this gets installed. Now let's install the app from my top list that we're actually interested in. We go here, open Add-ons and type GPT for Sheets. We select it and here it is, the first one. Not these others, not something else, but specifically the first one. In general, you can choose something different and try it in your own work. Maybe another one will be more convenient for you. I like this one. We click it, click Install and click Continue. We also grant all the permissions. You can see that there's a checkbox here. We click Continue and wait for it to install into our sheet. We click Done, close it, and now it opens for us right here, right away. In principle, we don't have to open it there. We can open it from here. You can see that a separate little menu appears here. We click Open, we wait for it to load, and then an agent appears right here. We can give it commands to work with the current sheet we're on. Notice that it works with the sheet we're currently in and can't just jump to a different sheet. Now let's type something in, for example a prompt. Let's enter it like this. We click Send and see what it offers us. It suggests connecting to goal as well. Yes, we do that and grant it permission. We also click Continue. The data gets confirmed and now it starts working. Right now it's thinking and it's about to return something. If we wrote the prompt correctly for those ranges, it will write it out. Next, you can see what it did, meaning it wrote some data for us. Filled it with formulas, and if we press Ctrl and the tilde key, we can see all the formulas we have here, but that's not the main point. The main thing is that we received some data. And now let's type something else. Split and click Send. As you can see, it really simplifies working with data. We can tell it not to do it with formulas, but at this moment it handled it with formulas. See how it split it up? Interestingly, it didn't use split with some specific separator. It simply extracted the year, month, and day from that date, which is actually pretty interesting, but it's also not entirely correct, because the more formulas you have, the more the sheet slows down. So in principle, you can keep working like this, give it tasks, and let it do routine work for you. But as you can see, you can do a lot with it. Let's try it like this and see what it gives us. Will it guess that I want it to highlight things in different colors? No, it didn't. It just gave advice on what should be done, but that's not important. You can also look at the functions here, connect API keys, and see what functions are available. You can use the GPT function here as well. And as you can see, descriptions appear here, and we can simply type some prompt here, ask it to do something for us. I think this part is clear. If this app interests you, you can keep playing around with it, use it, and adapt it to your own tasks. Let's move on to the next add-on or extension. As you may notice, I have row highlighting in my sheet. In a regular sheet, this doesn't exist unless you manually select a row or a column, and then the data is highlighted. Otherwise, the row won't stay highlighted. This is done with an extension for Google Chrome, not for Google Sheets itself, but specifically for Google Chrome. Where can we find it? We go here, open the Chrome Web Store, find extensions and search for Sheets Row Highlighter, then install it. Let me remove it now so you can see how it really works. Here it is, we found it. We can also look at its screenshots to see how it works and what it does, and if we like it and the rating looks good, we add it to our Chrome extensions. It appears right here, and you can pin it so it shows up here permanently, or unpin it later if needed. Then we reload our Google Sheet and see how it works. Also notice that we can change the intensity here, how strong it will be, like this, so you can clearly understand how it works. We select something and it highlights it very strongly like this. We can also change the color. There are default colors, or we can choose some custom color for ourselves and copy it like this. Remove the background like this, copy it and place it here. That way your rows will be highlighted in the color you need, or even your columns if you want. This makes it much easier to work and understand which column or row you're currently in. We reduce the strong boldness so it doesn't interfere with other highlights. Choose any highlighting option that's convenient for us, and then keep using the rows however we like. I use something more neutral and convenient like this, but you can adjust it to your own preference. And the last add-on I use is an add-on for Google Scripts. When we write our code, this extension is called Black App Script. It's also in the Chrome store. We find it by this name and see what it does. It turns our script editor in Google Scripts black, meaning a dark theme. Where is it located? Right here in AppScript. This is more for people who like coding. Right now mine looks like this, which means I can write some code, and it will highlight the necessary elements for us. We can also adjust it here, navigate through the code if we have a lot of it. Right now I'll throw in some random example, then we can move through the code like this. We can also change different colors and set things up so this menu doesn't get in the way, and we can work with the code comfortably, or even open it in this format and work there too, adjusting the highlighting options we need. And we can also launch debug menu and pause there. At the moment mine is broken, but let's make some code like this. When we launch debug menu, we can stop it right here right away. Whereas earlier in the regular editor in Chrome, this function didn't exist by default. It would only run until the stop point, and only there could it pause in the debugger. And what does it look like without that? Let's simply remove it from Chrome, reload our page, and you'll see that everything here becomes plain, raw, and inconvenient. There are no real highlighting features, only very minimal ones, and debug menu doesn't work quite the way we need it to. Then we add it back and see the difference. And for people who like coding, and for people who like editing scripts, I think this thing makes life a lot easier. That's my top 3 extensions that I use. I hope at least something here will be useful for you. If it was, don't forget to thank me with a like and a subscription. That's all for now. Thanks everyone for watching, and bye everyone.